So this Eternal Evolution video is going to be all to do with the talents for heroes, and it's going to cover three main things. It's going to go through what talents do and how do they help, how to upgrade them, where to get the Soul Potion, and then finally a bit of a hack that I figured out maybe in week 3 of me playing this game, and I wish I had known it sooner because it would have allowed me to sort of empower my account a little bit early when this resource is very tight. So before we get into it, like and subscribe, really appreciate it. So where we're going to start off on is the Soul Potion. So this is the XP that you use, or the resource for upgrading the talents. There's 3 spots you can get it from. You can get it from the shop, you can get it from the Wasteland, and you can actually also get it from events. So at the moment there's a Quantum Mimic Machine event, and you can score some of the Soul Potion from there. Next up, what talents are, is that on your heroes, there's 4 skills. For Luke, Night Recharge, his first skill, basically means he starts generating extra energy. As he gets higher levels, so at 220 it'll upgrade again, that just gets stronger. With the talent, it's a bonus buff to that skill. So what it is he'll recover a bonus 2 energy per hit that he makes. So you can see that it's not lit up here. To actually upgrade that skill, I'd have to get Luke up to Legendary +4 to unlock this. And you can see I could then spend the resource, I think it's 240 of the Soul Potion to upgrade that. It's important to note as well is that at the moment, Luke's only Mythic base level. So once he gets to, I think, Mythic +2, this will unlock. And then as he keeps evolving, it'll unlock further and further. So basically the skill tree will start from left to right. And this actually brings me into a bit, the hack that I was talking about, is that early on in the game, you're sort of essentially trained in a way to move from left to right on this board. And what I didn't actually realize is that once you get your heroes up to Immortal, which means they've fully maxed out all of their skills, like all their skills have been unlocked, or talents. So you can see here, Randall's Immortal, so I can unlock everything here. You can actually just go straight in, and instead of starting left to right, you can just go all the way to the very end and start with the last one if you want. So what that allows you to do is that if there is sort of pointless talents that you don't actually want on your build when you get towards the end game, you don't need to waste your Soul Potion down here. You can start from this end and work your way back if you want, or pick skills out in the middle. So the next thing I want to cover off on is how to actually use these Soul Potions to effectively upgrade your champs. So the main thing is it depends on what sort of champ they are. So if you've got a tank, you're obviously looking for health, defense, and damage reduction, and then any sort of skills that help you with survivability. And then if you have an attack-based champion, you're looking for attack, crit rate, crit damage, and then any skills or buffs that actually boost your attack damage. So I've gone through and done a couple on Randall here. So damage done in the area is increased by 2.5%. So I'm not sure if this is just coming from Randall or if it's coming from the whole team. But if it's coming from the whole team, it's well worth that because you do an extra 2.5% damage to the enemy from all of your teammates. However, with this skill, each shadow deals 80% damage to enemies in a strike path. I don't need it. I'm not looking for actual damage from Randall or his summons. I'm looking for survivability. So I do need health. I actually don't need defense as much as the survivability skill. I'm using Randall to counter Rakana, and Rakana attacks people with the lowest defense. So I want to try and keep the defense as low as possible on Randall. And if we look at this skill, it's more attack-based damage, so I don't care about it. And then over here, we've got a bit more health, so I do want this. Looking at this skill, extra energy within the within 25 seconds of the start of battle, gain an extra 60 energy when killing the enemy. So yeah, this would be helpful. I can't actually unlock this one yet because it's linked to this skill. So I need to put 1 point here to unlock this channel to then be able to get this. So that's obviously the one clause in not going for stats that you don't want, is that you have to get at least 1 point in it to unlock the next one. However, with this one, it just means that it's building up Randall's attack, and I don't care for it. So I don't need to worry about this skill or this skill. And if this was health, maybe it would be worth doing that just to get that survivability, but it's not, it's attack, so I'm not too worried. Again, these one-offs down here, you just want to see if you want it. This is a damage-based skill, so no. and I'm avoiding defense to keep Rakana targeting Randall. So that's the main sort of point I wanted to cover off on. Artis is another really good example of that, where early game you kind of want to get him as strong as possible because he's quite easy to get early on. But as you get later on into the game, the only one that you really need to worry about is increase the damage. No, not that one. So damage reduction of the enemy in the vengeance state is further decreased from 8 to 10%. So you've increased the damage that you do by 2%. So that's a really important skill. You need 1 point in that to unlock it. And endgame, that's the only skill I actually care on Artis. So I don't have to sit here and spend all of the soul potion trying to get all these skills up. Just got to worry about those two. And now I have over 1,000 soul potion left to use on someone else, which I believe is actually used on Kalaza. So for a final sort of demo, I'd go through, and Kalaza is a purely attack, crit rate, crit damage champ. So, yep, it's got to do the crit rate. I want that. Yep, increase damage, increase attack. Double is doppelgangers. I don't care about health. I do care about attack. After the automatic skill makes a critical hit. Yep, so we're looking for anything crit and damage. When Kalaza's basic attack makes a critical hit to ignite enemies, it will deal additional, extra damage. We're going to look to see if I want this skill. Increase the effective crit rate bonus caused by basic attacks by 10%. Yep. So I don't care about accuracy, but I do care about this skill. And then down here, bonus crit damage. Definitely want that. And we have enough to put 1 point into this. But as you can tell, if I had gone through with Artis and fully upgraded all of his skills, there's no way I would have had enough talent, soul potion to upgrade Kalaza then. So that's what my recommendations with the soul potions are and how to upgrade the talents. And I hope that helps out early game. Peace. Bye.